another Doctor Who Classic Series action figure review. Today I'm looking at one of the more recent Classic Series exclusives from Forbidden Planet and Underground Toys, which is the Keeper of Traken set. For those of you who watched the Image of the Fendal review that I did last week, you'll know that I had a few problems with my Keeper of Traken set, and that this review has been delayed by quite a few weeks. I mean, I've received my first set sort of the same week as sort of Boxing Day. I think it might have been the day after Boxing Day or the day after that. And so I received it then. And two of the figures in the set were faulty. And luckily, Forbidden Planet sent me a replacement figure for the fourth Doctor, which was faulty. But that was incorrect. Well, which was good, but they actually said to me that they were sending me a replacement master, so they sent me the wrong figure. And then when they knew that the master was funny and the Doctor was funny as well, they said, "Oh, forget it. We'll just send you a full new set." So before I show you the review, I'm just going to show you the damaged figures, well, the faulty figures. So here's the master. You may not be able to pick up on the problem here, but he has two left hands. Both hands are left hands. So as you could see, that was going to be a bit of an issue, because to be honest, when one buys a figure, you do hope that they are anatomically correct. You know, you don't want two left hands or two left legs or anything like that. Some people may probably leave a comment below saying, "Oh, stop being so nitpicky, it's only two left hands." But, you know, you don't want... It's different if it's like a bit of a paint job problem. But when it's something like hands, which are quite noticeable, I mean, at the moment, the Master just seems to be doing his best Tommy Cooper impression. So that was the first issue. But the real big problem was this, and I never even noticed this when I got it. I mean, I noticed the Master straight away, and I had this set for a few days, and then it was only on New Year's Eve that my girlfriend noticed that my fourth Doctor had a problem, and she was messing around with it, and she did this. And I was like, hey? How the hell did you make his leg go out like that? And then I realised. They put another left leg in the right socket and then put a right boot on it. So that is why his leg bends outwards, because he's got a backwards leg on. So I was very, very, very annoyed. And you can see why. I hope you can see why. I hope you don't think, "Oh, stop being so nitpicky," because that is just ridiculous. It's like he's broken his leg. So I wasn't too happy, so be careful, guys, because quality control clearly were a bit shit on this one, to put it bluntly. Look out for that when you're buying. Buy in store, if you can. I'll start off, I'll just go down the line. Start off with the Melker. Interesting figure. It's actually rotocast, like the Fendaline and other bits and pieces. It's a rotocast figure, well, bits of it are. The body is rotocast, it's rubbery plastic. The arms are also rotocast. They're quite bendy, you can feel that they're hollow, as is the head. But the legs are solid plastic. That may just be to give it some stability, so it's not like a dog toy. So the head does a 360. I won't rotate it all the way around. The arms just go forward and back. That's the only articulation they have. And the hips are ball jointed, so they go out to the sides slightly, but they rotate all the way around. And that's the only articulation this figure has. It's very, very basic, but then again, that's all it really needs to be because of what it is. It is just a statue. So if I just go into some of the details on this figure, it's cast in a sort of a beige, creamy tan colour, and then it's got wash over the top of sort of browns and things. As you can see there, if I just get it to zoom in, there we go. The eyes are sculpted and have been painted red. So it's really quite nice. Just that wash to give it a weathered effect. It's really nicely textured, as you can see. You can see that it's got that sort of stone-like quality. So it's just like that. So I mean, it's nice. It's good. It's a good representation of the Melka from Keeper of Traken. I was half expecting them to paint some of the green moss on the top of his shoulders, but they didn't go for that. I'm not actually sure if later on in the story he doesn't have any anyhow. But either way, it's quite nice. I quite like it. Good figure, interesting design. Yeah, it's alright, quite nice. Next up, I'm just going to very quickly look at the Master's Tardis, the grandfather clock. Not an awful lot to say about this, because it is, again, a rotocast thing. You can see he's got a hole in the bottom there. It is just one solid piece, so it doesn't open or anything. This is all just stickers. And basically, it's just solid brown with sort of light brown and grey lines on it. Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, you can see there. Not great. My brother liked it. My brother thought it was quite neat. It's all right, you know. I suppose you could just like it's okay as a bit of background, I guess. So that was a nice touch, nice little addition. Kind of cool. So that's the second Master's Tardis we've had of recent. Then we have the Master himself. This figure basically uses the Peter Pratt version of the Master from Deadly Assassin. It's the same body. The only difference is the head. And obviously the paint apps. He doesn't come with a weapon. He doesn't come with the sash of Rassilon, because he's not in the story. And the colouring to his black robes, here it is just a solid black. I mean, it must just look like a bit of a black blob on camera. But the Deadly Assassin one, if we just go over here, can't really see. You can see he's a much lighter grey around those sides and things, which I think I probably prefer that sort of highlighted detailing. Oh, come on, Jeffrey, stand up. So, here we go. Let's. So the articulation is exactly the same. The head does turn, but it's hindered by the hood. He does have articulation at the shoulders, but again, it's hindered by his robes. Articulation at the elbows. The biceps do 360s. Well, they should do, but again, hindered. 360s at the wrists, and then under his cloak, it's the same legs. So it's a T-shaped crotch joint, so that's hip articulation going up and down, and out to the sides as well, but it can't because of the robes. He does have knee articulation, and his boots do 360s at the ankles. So I'll very quickly look at the detail on this figure. There's not really much to say that hasn't been said on the Peter Pratt version, but I'll just show you his face. There we go. It's really nice. I quite like it. I do like this version of the Master. He is cool. The teeth have been sculpted as teeth. They haven't been sculpted as a man's lips with teeth painted on, like the actual makeup was. So the face sculpt is different from the Peter Pratt version, as you can quite clearly see, whereas the Peter Pratt Master was much more skull-like. This is a lot more human. The face is fuller, there's more flesh. The nose is obviously more like a human nose. It's not sort of pinched and pointed and bony. It is more like a zombie as opposed to like a Skeletor-esque version. So it's good. It's good. It's a nice variation of the Master. So now all we're really looking for Master-wise is a proper version of Anthony Ainley, his proper outfit, and I suppose we should be getting Eric Roberts one day. For completist reasons. Not that one would really want Eric Roberts, but never mind. But yeah, no, this is really good. I do like this version of the Master. I think they've done a good job with it. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, a good version of the Master. Good to finally see that Geoffrey Beaver's got his own figure. I did wonder whether or not they would do it, because it isn't that great a difference from the Peter Pratt version, but I'm glad they did. I'm really pleased they did. And so finally, I'll look at the final figure in this set, which is, of course, the Fourth Doctor, minus coat and scarf. Really nice. I really like this idea. Few notable differences between this and the other Season 18 4th Doctor. The legs and obviously the head are exactly the same. It's just the torso that's different, and he has different articulation. He does have the same sort of head, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, you know, boots, all the same. What he does have, which other Doctors from the classic series don't have, are ball-jointed shoulders. So again, it's these ball joints in the shoulders seem to be making an appearance yet again in the classics line, which I really like. I am fond of ball joints for shoulders. You know, you can pose them in more dynamic ways, you know, bit more interesting. So that's really nice. I do like that. So that's great. I just very quickly show you some of the detailing. Obviously, like I said, the head sculpt for Tom is exactly the same, and I'm very fond of this head sculpt. It is, of course, different from any of the other Toms that have released. The hair is different, and the face is a lot thinner. His lapels on his shirt have the question marks on them. They're painted in gold, which is correct, actually. I think they were painted in sort of like an ivory colour, because June Hudson didn't really want them to be very prominent on the costume because she thought they looked stupid, which they did. So that's good that they've kept that they haven't just painted them red. And then the waistcoat's really nice, just the same colour as his trousers, and like the rest of the season 18 costume, with just this sort of gold pattern over the top. But it looks really, really good. And there's like lots of nice creases and things on the shirt. So it looks really nice. One thing I sort of thought about with this, when you watch season 18, his shirt isn't really white. It's more of a sort of a creamy colour. But nevertheless, it looks good. It's still a really cool variation of the Doctor. Sort of like the version that you see in Meglos. He takes his coat off in that quite a bit. Although, of course, in Meglos, I think he's got the socks and shoes. So again, you know, if they did ever want to re-release this figure for, I don't know, like a Meglos set, if they just replaced the boots with socks and shoes, they could use this one again. But no, I really like this variation of Tom. It's really good. And he also comes with his sonic screwdriver, which is, you know, sort of like a usual thing that they do now. And he also comes with this, the Source Manipulator, which is the sphere, the control sphere from the Destiny of the Daleks Davros. That's because the actual prop was that same prop, so that's why they've reused it. And then they've just put it on this sort of circuit board-esque thing, which is really cool. Nice bit of sculpting there, lots of wires and things and little circuits, and it looks really, really good. And you know, you can use this not just as the Source Manipulator. If you're doing animations and things, this can always be used as bits of background, you know, all sorts of things. And this can be pulled out, so you can have it just like this, or you can just pop it back in again. So really nice, really cool little accessory to come with it. So all in all, I do really like this set, apart from obviously the fact that mine was damaged the first time round. I think the set's really good, and I recommend getting it. I mean, especially if you didn't get the Peter Pratt Master, which I'm sure most of you did, but if you didn't, then you know, you've got this Geoffrey Beevers one, which is sort of near as damn it. If you can't pick up the Peter Pratt version, and of course you're getting two TARDISes. You're getting your Melka TARDIS and you're getting your Grandfather Clock TARDIS, and of course you're getting a new variation of the Doctor. So an unexpected set, I've got to say, but a very welcome one. So I do recommend trying to track this one down if you're a fan of the story. I'm not a fan of the story. I don't really like Keeper of Traken. But you know, yeah, I do really like this set. I'm really pleased that we've seen some more season 18 figures for Tom, and hopefully we'll see some more. It'd be quite nice to get a Meglos or a Famazi, or the vampires from State of Decay, or a Farrell, or a Marshman would be great as well. That'd be a really good monster to do. So thank you very much for watching this review, guys. My next review will be the Peri and Rogue Cyberman set from Attack of the Cybermen, and that should be coming next month. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you then.